Hello, I'm Henry Acosta, and you're listening to Health Professional Radio. Today we have Mick Grimley, Dean of Education at Torrens University Australia. Today we're here to talk about autism and how it's been increasing the past few years. In response to the prevalence of autism in children, Torrens University Australia started a specialized program this year to help educators get educated and equipped in developing skills and knowledge to better prepare themselves to support individuals with autism. Today we're here to talk about the new program that the university has installed. And welcome to the show. Hi Mick, we're happy to have you here.
Hi, thank you. Good to be here.
And can you give us a little bit more background about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Mick Grimley. I'm a professor of education, and I'm also the Dean of Education at Torrens University. We deliver higher education courses here at Torrens. We have a number of campuses. We have one in Adelaide, one in Melbourne, one in Sydney, and one in Brisbane. We also deliver online, so it's for those who can't make it onto our campuses. So we're very flexible in terms of what we deliver. Obviously, we deliver education, teacher education type topics from an education perspective.
And what inspired you guys into making this program?
So obviously we've launched the Graduate Certificate of Education Autism, and the reason that we launched this is because we really recognise the need for a course in autism that helps educators to support a large group of children with autism that are now in mainstream education. Teachers don't normally get a lot about how to respond to children with autism in the classroom in their initial course. And we know now that there's about 1 in 100 children who are diagnosed with autism. So a huge issue for teachers in schools, and a huge issue for the children themselves when they're perhaps not always getting the quality education that could be provided. So we start teaching this new course in February next year.
Can you tell us a little bit about autism and the societal issues that come with it?
Well, obviously, it's quite prevalent now. We've got 1 in 100 children with autism. What most courses do in terms of autism is that they come at it from an expert approach. What they do is they say, this is how you should deal with the child with autism. This is how you should deal with the individual with autism. We come at it slightly differently. Our course is different because what we do is we take a person-first approach to autism. And what we do is we put the person first. This isn't done very often. We normally do things to people and we come at it with experts. So what we want to do is we want to put our students in the place of the person with autism, and so that they have a real understanding of autism, what it means to have autism, so that they really understand the perspective from the individual with autism. This is very unusual. Quite often, autism is stigmatized now in society. People don't really understand the issues and what it is to have actual autism.
Usually, what's the biggest misconception that you guys face, or what are the most common questions that you usually get asked about the program?
I think it's quite important that we're not coming from an expert perspective. Quite often we're asked, how would we know, how someone with autism is feeling, how someone with autism, how they need to be treated, etc., how programs need to be changed to actually help people with autism in education. So what we do is we co-design our courses. So we actually have a lot of people with autism designing the courses and facilitating in our courses. We actually work with a network called the I CAN network. This is a group of individuals with autism who actually will help us co-design the course, and they'll actually speak within the course as well.
What kind of impact do you think this will make on the educators who take this course and with people who have autism?
Well, you should come away from this course with a real deep understanding of autism, what it means to have autism. because this course really offers an understanding of autism from that person first perspective, as I said previously, where we put the person with autism in the centre. You'll also gain the skills so that you can offer the best practical solutions within a particular learning situation for the person with autism. All in all, it not only does it equip you to have a deep knowledge and understanding of autism, but also the skills to solve problems and improve outcomes for individuals with autism in an educational environment. This is quite important because what we have to remember is that everyone with autism is different, just as you and me, we're different. So we really need to be able to think on our feet as educators, to improve educational outcomes for these individuals.
What's the main takeaway message that you want our audience to learn about this interview right now?
I think probably the takeaway message is that we really need to understand individuals with autism. It's not good to come from a perspective where you think, I know how to change programs in education because I've done, it in a particular way. What we really need to do is we need to have a deep understanding of autism. I would love the general public to have an understanding of autism from an autism perspective. For everybody to be able to chat with someone with autism so that they understand perhaps the issues that they're facing out in society, that they're facing in educational contexts. If we get this understanding, then we're going to be much, much more able to actually work with individuals with autism, and we're going to give them a much better chance in life, just as you and me have a chance in life when we do education.
For a last question, for anyone who's interested in inquiring with you guys and maybe enrolling for the program, how can they reach you guys?
So all our courses are up on our website, so torrens.edu.au. If you go to our website, you can see our courses on the website. We have a number of courses, not just autism. We also have courses around mental health, special education for teachers and educators. Also on the website gives a phone number, and you can always talk to one of our advisors about the courses, and ultimately with the teaching staff as well.
Well, that's all our questions for today. Thank you for being on the show, Mick.
It's my pleasure.
And that was Mick Grimley, Dean of Education at Torrens University Australia. We just talked about their new program and how they help push education forward to a better tomorrow. I'm Henry Acosta, and you're listening to Health Professional Radio. If you've missed this interview and want to listen to the whole thing again, you can go on www.healthprofessionalradio.com.au or on www.hpr.fm. We're also available on SoundCloud and iTunes.